Give it a test, Liv.
Testing.
You're good. What's going on, Tone Information Nation? Sorry for being tardy. Traffic from dinner was a little bit hectic. It's Hayden's birthday, and we are here with you tonight. And we're going to check to make sure we're 5x5 across everything. Olivia, let me know where we're at, please. And it will not be 6 minutes of pre-show. But we'll get everything going here in just a second. The fact that we even are on somewhat on time is insane. I'm going to give it a 2-minute clock to get everybody on. If you have not shared the show, like the show, that is the most important thing you can do, especially with Facebook throttling. If you could just hit the like and share button, get us out there. If you can't share, just at least hit the like. And it's not inside the Facebook chat that matters. It's better if you do it on the outside where you found the show. Whether you're on Twitter or Twitch or YouTube or Rumble, just hit that like button. We would appreciate it. So the would you question of the night is, would you rather stand up in front of 50,000 people naked and give a speech? Or would you rather jump out of a plane blindfolded?
Jump out of a plane blindfolded.
Really?
Yes. I can't do speeches anyway.
I noticed you don't have a problem with the naked part.
Oh no. I can't do a speech fully clothed, naked. It's all the
Yeah,
same.
but you don't care about the naked part. You're like, naked's not a problem. Naked's the easy part, but doing a speech, no.
Nope, can't do speeches. I hate
Even though
speeches.
you're blindfolded jumping out of a plane, that's not absolutely terrifying because you know you're going to have to take the blindfold off at some point.
I hate heights anyway, so it's probably the only way I could jump out of them.
All right, would you rather jump out of a plane from 28,000 feet or do a speech naked in front of 50,000 people? Which one? Think about that.
Jump out of a plane in a heartbeat.
Wow.
No, I hate.
Yeah. We'll talk about it when we get
speeches.
back. We got to quiet down here. Yeah, join the Dumb
What's
Club.
up, everybody? It's Ryan Weaver. I am on the Don't Unfriend Me show, otherwise known as The DUM Show, with host Matt Spear. You guys can find the show at The DUM Show on social media or thedumshow.com.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me show with your hosts Matt, Leroy, Amy, Olivia and Mike. Geopolitics, military analysis and election coverage. Coming to you live on the Spreely.tv network and all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
Olivia, what's going on Saturday, May 25th at noon?
Oh, we're having our next Dumb Club Gold member Zoom call.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This.
Tell people all the details.
Was that a mistake?
No, I'm trying to get the actual image back.
Oh, okay.
Adjusting
So
transmitter
I gotta
output.
copy it,
Got it.
and then I gotta put
This
it right
is
here.
the Don't
And
I
now you can tell everybody about
Okay,
it.
so
What is it?
when you are a Dumb Club Gold member,
No, not gold.
not gold,
Dumb Club member.
just a Dumb Club member. Okay, sorry, I didn't set it all up, so I don't know the
Yeah, I
ins
know.
and outs
I did it all. I
intricately.
did it
I
all.
know. I don't know it intricately like you do.
Dumb Club member.
Dumb Club member. Once a month, we do a full Zoom call.
Yep.
For an hour, and whatever you want to talk about. Bring your questions and get to know us more on a personal level.
And now with, I think, 24 Dumb Club members, should be a fairly large group. We'll be sending out the invite tomorrow.
Yeah, last time I think we had 13 with both of us.
Yeah, so Leroy's going to be there, which is great. I think Amy's going to try. She might be there. But either way, it would be great. If you guys don't know how to get there, you go to thedumbclub.com. And all you need to do is type on events, and the invitation will be there for you to peruse. Got a lot of interactions going on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah. So people are watching the show on Twitter more and more, which is good.
Oh.
Maybe what we should start doing is streaming to people on Twitter. Let us know.
I only got just me and Kevin. That's the only people who talk that I can see, unless I can't see all chat for some reason. It's
Well,
weird.
right now it's got 73 views. Oh no, it's a live show. Yeah, so
I've got
3 likes, 2 shares, 9 viewers, which is fine. I mean, that's we'll take it. But maybe what we should do is do the spaces thing, where it basically broadcasts the audio from the show, not video, and people can interact and stuff like that. We'll look into it and see what we can do.
What is that?
It's on Twitter.
Oh,
It's called Spaces.
I don't do Twitter very often, except the show. I don't interact at all on
Yeah,
a personal level.
Well, let me see if I can. Let me see if I can turn on a Spaces thing. I don't even know how to do it. I've never done it before.
Hayden is 14 now. Somebody asked how old she was. She
Yeah.
turned 14.
14 years old. Yeah, it shows us live. We have 11 people on X. I just don't know how to do a space. Let's see. More. Create your space. Oh, create. People you follow. Everyone, create your space. Only people you invite to speak. Okay. What do you want to talk about? Well, what are we? Hold on a second now. This is.
Kristen said she's familiar with spaces.
Yeah,
She could
I've got
probably-
some spaces for you there, Kristen. So, add topics. Oh, I'm not going to do that. That's stupid. And then record. Only speakers are recorded. Guests who speak will be recorded. Okay, got it. Record space. Yeah. And how do I just hit start now, huh? Would like to use my microphone. Okay. Let's see if this works. I mean, I'm going to try. I mean, why not? Just figure this out together. Here, you guys want to watch me do this? Because I've never done this before. Okay. So now I'm hosting. And test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2. Yeah, it's pumping through there. It looks like. Let me see if I can get my my space settings.
So do I have to log into separately to get this? So I can monitor chat? Oh, me? Testing. Is it working?
I can't believe you just did this.
Oh.
What do you think we're going to do? We're playing the fucking Muppets here?
Oh, I didn't even know I did that.
Okay, so I need you to talk.
Okay. How do I get onto the Spaces thing so I can help monitor it?
It seems like, guys, if you're on Twitter, join the space, please. Invite co-hosts. Are you on? Do you have your own Twitter account?
Yes.
Okay. What's your stupid tag? Come on,
Let me look. Hang on. I never am on here.
Olivia.
Let me see.
Come on, honey.
Olivia Spear. @ Livy Dumb is what it looks like. So I don't do Twitter.
Livy.
It's
Oh,
like,
here's Salty Patriot. Hold on.
it's like a whole like new thing for me.
Oh God, it won't. Okay, stop. Salty Patriot. Okay, I added her, and then @LIV. Spell it.
LIVVIE and then DUM all in caps.
I can't find you. So Salty's here. Listeners.
I made a comment on our live show on chat, so maybe you could find me on there.
Yeah. So Salty, listen, Casey. I got to open the chat. What does that mean, Casey? You got to explain this shit to me, man. I've never done this before. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm on a whim. Open the chat. How do I open the chat? Because I see it right here. It says it's on the front page. How do I open it? Hold on, everybody. We're gonna figure this out. Hold on. Oh, okay. That's
Out.
okay. There's Amy. I can invite Amy.
I see. You're live here and you're live here.
Yeah. So we're here.
Start.
Okay. Now,
listening.
listeners, here they all are. So we've got Salty. We've got Dodge. Okay. So it's done, right?
I think so. I have to hit start listening to get in,
Okay.
but I don't know if I can mute it or not.
All I need to know from everybody listening is, can you hear us? That's all I really want to know is, can you hear us? And as long as you can hear the show, then I can do this all the time, and it doesn't matter. Can you hear us? Come on, folks. Yep, we can. So you can hear Olivia too. Olivia, say something.
Testing. Can you all hear me?
So you on this Twitter space, and we got people watching. This is ridiculous. Of course, it's all of our people, but we're live and we have a Twitter space. Yes, I hear you. Okay, fine. Then we're going to do the show on this. We got both ways to listen. If you want to talk, I don't. Yeah, we could do that. Hey, Kristen, can you request to talk? Invite speakers. I need somebody to talk, because if I can pump the sound from this into the show, then this is a great opportunity for us just to run both of these simultaneously, right? Okay, so somebody say something, damn it. Can somebody come on? Real quick, let's get this done. We got a show to do. Come on. Somebody say something. Can you who you've got to be able to request to talk. Kristen, Lee, somebody. You can't talk. Oh, jeez Louise. Can you just like request to talk and push a button to see if the sound will transfer from the show? That's all I'm trying to figure out. Okay, everyone can hear us. So invite speaker. All right, I'm going to invite Dodge. Okay. All right, there. I invited Dodge. All right, let's see if we can get this going. You know what? All right, we're just gonna call it good then. All right, let's just call it good. You guys can hear us, so that's cool. All right, so you can now. It's another way to watch the show. Perfect. All right, here we go. Let's get to it. Olivia, it's our daughter's birthday. 14 years old. How are you feeling about that? I mean, let's not take all night.
It's hard. 14. I just don't know how we got here so fast. But yeah, I mean, she's growing up to be an independent kid, which is a good thing. So less responsibility on our part, I guess.
Yeah.
Getting a little more freedom. But that means less time spent with her because she doesn't want to be near us.
Yeah. Do you
She
think?
always wants to be in her room.
Do you think it's that she doesn't want to be near us, or do you think that
She's just a typical teenager, and typical teenagers just want to be in their room with their friends talking on the phone. They don't want to be near their parents, no matter what.
Yeah. Well,
although when her friends aren't available, she does come and chill with us on the couch and stuff. Have you noticed that? When none of her friends are available.
Well, I went out there. I went out there and talked to her. So I just invited Kristen to speak. Invite to speak. See if that works. This is cool. This is a great feature. I know Dom uses it, so we can run it passively at any time. Maureen wants to speak. Okay. Approve. All right. So this is going to be the test. Maureen, can you hear us? I hit approve, Maureen. I don't know what happened. Invite to speak. Okay. There's Maureen. Maureen, say something. There it is.
Oh, I can hear.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Oh, this is fantastic. So you can hear us right now. Is that right, Maureen? Okay. Kristen, can you hear us? Holy shit. Come on, people. We had this thing. I thought this was going to be exciting. This is on Twitter. So if you guys go to Twitter real quick, we're just trying this out. We're already late. So we're trying this out. And if you go to our page, you can see there's this purple thing right here. See this? This is Spaces. And everybody's in here and we're all talking. And it's first time using it. I feel old. We had Maureen and she disappeared. Could you guys hear Maureen? Just let me know. Could you hear Maureen? If you could hear Maureen, then we're good. And then we're good. Just let me know that much. And then we'll get to the show. Waiting on somebody to tell me they could hear Maureen.
It's Thomas Griffith's son's birthday tonight, too.
Happy birthday, Thomas Griffith's son's birthday. I heard a woman say hello. Okay.
Yes, I heard her.
Okay, great. So we'll remove her from speaker and we'll remove the speaker and now they can listen and everybody's in there. All right. Hey, Phil, welcome. Tina, Annie. We're just figuring out how to do this. All right, here we go. So since we're already in Twitter, we might as well go ahead and make this happen. So first topic on the board, Liv, you know, I'm a big fan of Bill Maher. Mm-hmm. And from the last, I don't know, probably 2 years, pretty much last 4, I've had to defend Bill Maher because he despises Donald Trump, right?
Yes.
And I had to tell people, listen, he's always been fiscally conservative, socially liberal. He's more of a moderate than anything. And yes, abortion, we understand that. Yes, he believes in PETA and animals and all that shit. But overall, he's got some fairly decent takes. But I've been posting a lot of the things that he's done right. It's great. As long as you guys could hear Maureen, that means you guys can hear us now. And if we invite a speaker on, like Dom comes on, you'll be good to go and you can hear him. That's all we wanted. Okay, cool. So now that we've got this space thing on, we'll continue to work with it and hopefully continue to grow it. So Bill Maher has been right, and I've posted a lot of things that he said right. He's, his thoughts on COVID, his thoughts on the woke left and these type of things. So now it's I'm going to point out some of the things that he's said wrong. And he said 2 in one day. And I think it's important, right? We don't want to always say this is everything he does right, because occasionally he can just be flat out wrong. He was on Megyn Kelly, and then I have a CNN spot for him, and just completely Megyn Kelly just comes right at him. And listen to this. This is about January 6th, about police dying, and this is what he has to say.
I think on January 20th, 2025, he'll show up at the White House, whether he's invited or not. And I don't think that's going to be good.
He's gonna bomb in if he lost?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Bomb is a word I wouldn't even throw around lightly.
Oh, stop it. He's not going to do that.
Right. Like there was never an attack on the Capitol, Megan.
I hear you. But he's not going to show up at the inauguration.
Like they didn't show up at the Capitol and break windows and knock down doors and kill cops and chase.
They didn't do that.
And they didn't break windows,
knock down cops.
They of course did.
No, they didn't.
Who did? They died of natural causes that day?
Capitol
That's
Police
correct.
Officer Brian Sicknick. The medical examiner has determined that he suffered 2 strokes and died of natural causes.
Yeah, nobody died that day.
Cops.
No, not true. Who?
Okay.
Who?
Oh, I don't remember the names.
They didn't. There was Brian Sicknick, who died later after the fact.
So, Megan Kelly's right. And to say that high blood pressure and stress and anxiety don't play a part in strokes or heart attacks obviously are true. But let's keep it in perspective. The only person who died that day was Ashley Babbitt, and then another lady who was didn't even go in the Capitol, who was on site that day. But that doesn't change the fact that January 6th sucked and was stupid and should never have taken place. But to sit here and control this narrative that cops died is ridiculous. And when people are like, don't politicize the police, those police had no problem politicizing the whole event. This is another one.
Can you believe that
where Bill Maher mentions this, and I want to tell you why he's wrong. And then, Olivia, I want to get your opinion first on why you think he might be right or wrong. I want you to listen to this.
Can you believe that it seems like it's going to be the only trial that will go before the election?
Well, I've been moaning and railing about that on my show because I tore Merrick Garland a new one a couple of weeks ago because I think the Democrats blew it, as they always do with this kind of stuff, because they've had 4 years. What was all the delay about? Why are we coming to the end? Of course they're going to try to run out the clock, and they did.
So, Liv, he's talking about, obviously, the trials against Trump, but they had 4 years to bring a case. They had 4 years to try it. Essentially, what is he saying, though? I mean, if we're just going to put it in the most basic of terms when we ask the why, what's he really saying?
It sounds like he's not very happy with Democrats because they waited to the last minute to do that. And he knows that as long as you're not stupid, anyone knows what's going on here, because they could have at any time brought these charges against Donald Trump. Anytime. And then they waited until after, right after he announced he was running for president again. All of a sudden, you have to be stupid not to understand what's going on.
Right.
And like your meme did the other day, his, 71 years or 77 years of nothing, no criminal record of any kind. And all of a sudden 91 indictments in a matter of months. Yeah. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And the amount everyone on the left hates him. I mean, come on. Just got to open your eyes.
Here's the thing I think Bill Maher was trying to say in the most simplest of forms. I mean, with no spin, with no bullshit. And this is the great thing about Maher, is that he doesn't care about, people's delicate sensibilities. But what he was essentially saying is you guys took way too long to essentially prosecute your political opponent. You should have done it earlier. Mm-hmm. That's what he's saying. He's saying you should have basically attacked democracy and attack your political opponent earlier, is what he was trying to say. And he doesn't like Trump, and that's fine. He doesn't have to. But you notice that it's not, this is a shit show. And the reason why the Democrats didn't do anything is because they were only going to use it for election interference. Because everyone knows if he wasn't running, this wouldn't have happened. Because when he wasn't announcing he was running, nothing was happening.
Exactly.
These things were being slow rolled. They were pushing Fani Willis behind. Letitia James was getting pushed back. The New York trial was getting pushed back. Everything was just kind of slow rolling, and it was used as a threat. But as soon as he announced, these indictments rolled out, and they just hit him with everything they had. It's frustrating, and I think Bill Maher's wrong. Bill Maher's a constitutionalist, and if you are truly going to be a free speech enthusiast, if you're going to be a constitutionalist, you have to not only protect the First Amendment and Second Amendment, those two things that seem to make up most of people's argument, but you got to protect the Fourth, and you got to protect the Fifth, and you got to protect the 14th, and everything else when it comes to the right to privacy and the right to habeas corpus and a fair trial and a speedy trial and the right to remain silent and everything else, and you're not incriminating yourself in the court of law. You have to care about all those things. And for him to sit here and say, well, they didn't just hurry up and prosecute him fast enough, I think it's the wrong message for Maher, who has done a good job of maybe not agreeing with Trump and liking Trump, but explaining where the Trump base is coming from. And that's all I can ask of him. Just like I can explain why certain liberals and Democrats believe what they believe about Biden, and I think you can too, of why they vote for him. In this case, I think he dropped the ball because it was a perfect opportunity for him to say, listen, if the Democrats had something that was worth something, they should have done it as soon as humanly possible. Not for political interference, but to avoid the political interference. And I think that's what Bill was trying to say. He said it wrong. I think what he's trying to say is the Democrats dropped the ball. They should have went after him immediately the moment he got out of office, because that's what a true criminal justice system does. If Donald Trump broke the law, which remains to be seen in a lot of ways, they shouldn't have waited, because it is antithetical to the Constitution. So I think I disagree with him and I agree with him at the same time, because I think what he was trying to say was Democrats should have come out and done it right away. And then, because now here's the situation. These cases are being rushed. They're being pushed. They're not going to make the docket. And all you have is this hush money, nothing burger that's going to see the light of day that he's probably going to be acquitted for. And he won't suffer any conviction for, which then lowers any chance of him seeing any conviction. Because why, Liv? What's going to happen if they can only get this hush money case, and it's not going to go anywhere. I mean, we've seen that the judge has just completely mucked this up with the decisions that he made that are all appealable.
Yeah.
What does it really mean for the rest of those cases? What happens to the rest of those cases?
I think they're going to all start falling apart.
Or,
I mean, didn't some of them just get pushed because
they did? But there's a key thing. If they've all been pushed after the election, what is the only outcome? What are the only two outcomes that could possibly happen? One, what?
That he can get pardoned. He can pardon himself.
He can pardon himself if he wins, right? So that's number one. And probably Biden will pardon him on the way in. That's what will happen, because it's just the smartest thing to do that Biden can do, because it literally washes all this shit away and protects the future presidents. And Biden would be an idiot to do it now. A lot of people say they should pardon him right now. And I said, I could understand politically why that would be advantageous, as it takes away the martyrdom from Trump, but his base would kill him. So he can't. But he most assuredly on his way out can pardon him, because nobody cares. He can just do the Nixon two-step, and the Gerald Ford two-step. Nobody will care. So yes, that's one situation, is that he becomes president. Biden pardons him of his indiscretions. He also pardons Hunter Biden on the way out, which I would expect him to do, because why does he give a shit? Who cares? I mean, they're not going to take away the Biden library. Chinese are going to buy it anyway. So what's the second outcome?
That he can get convicted of something, right?
He loses, and then what happens? What happens if he loses the election?
Oh, then Biden's president.
Yeah, we know that. But what happens to all these cases? You just said it.
Oh, they're just gonna disappear.
They're just gonna go away. They're not going to continue. Once he's broken, he's never going to run again.
No,
he's done. Donald Trump is too damn old. There's no way he's even going to be remotely capable of running the country 5 years from now. There's just no way. No. And then that will mean essentially 10 years of complete failure from 2016. Donald Trump came in, won 2016, and they've done nothing but lose ever since. I mean, that's just the truth. Completely lose. So MAGA will have to either be reinvented, and it'll be reinvented through Trump Jr. and Eric and Laura and everybody else, and a lot of the new MAGA type candidates, and the Youngkins of the worlds, and yes, I know Nikki Haley. Oh, everyone freaks out over Nikki Haley, but in Ron DeSantis, this is the future of the political party. But yeah, if he loses, these cases are just going to go by the wayside. Nobody's going to do anything, and the reason why is because there's no reason to do anything. No reason, yeah. What's the point?
Yeah, I think on Bill Maher, I don't think he likes to be challenged.
Really?
Mm-mm. I mean, I used to watch his show a lot. I mean, I don't watch it very often
anymore. When
did that happen? But I've noticed he gets very snippy, and you could just tell by his facial expressions and his reactions and his body movement that he doesn't like when somebody calls him out. Mm-hmm. He, in my opinion, I think he's a very intelligent man.
Yeah,
very smart, and he knows he's smart.
Yeah,
And I think he likes to be the smartest man in the room.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you.
He doesn't like
he
it
is a
when
baby
somebody,
sometimes.
yeah, he does not like it when somebody else calls him out either on his bullshit or makes a point that makes him look bad, wrong, or stupid. And I've seen him throw hissy fits on his show before when he's been wrong. And somebody's pointed it out. So I
agree
think
with you.
And if
He's
we could
very
have
much-
watched, if we could have watched the Megyn Kelly, you probably would have seen him starting getting a little bit more snippy with that thing.
Oh, well, I think he cowtails. When Bill doesn't know what he's talking about, he puffs up. There's no doubt. But when he's in charge, you can't get that rise. That he'll just trap you. But when he doesn't know, he gets defensive. It's like Cenk Uyghur is the exact same way. They're Abbott and Costello. They're very similar in their approaches and styles. And I agree with you. Bill Maher can be an exceptional baby. I tend to do that when I know what I'm talking about and someone comes at me. I'm just like, no. And I get very defensive when that happens. When I don't know what I'm talking about, I don't even put myself in that spot. I don't even put myself in that place. So there's very different ways of people reacting to debate and conversation. Like you've got the big D man who has no dick to speak of, is out here calling people maggots, which maligns him with 1940, 1930 Germany and Nazis who called the Jews vermin. But, hey, you can go ahead and label our party that way. At least we're not using their vernacular. It's interesting when someone calls another person dumb and they've only been in here for a few seconds, is what is it that's dumb? Is it the flag? Is it the tattoos? Is it the hat? Is it that you think that we are MAGA-T maggots? Or is it that you are incapable of making an argument yourself, so you want to, project your small penis on everybody in the digital landscape of ones and zeros? See, which one is female here? Big D man. See, and all we got to do is ban him. See, and now he's just going to go cuck for somebody else. It's a shame, buddy. You should have come on. What a pussy. Anyway, so he's gone now. And the big D man, I think the D stands for douche, but I could be wrong.
So I was also going to add with the whole indictments with Trump, I think that, and this is just an opinion here, that the Democrats were running on their high of 2020 and beating Trump, and how they basically cheated the system legally with changing for the unsolicited votes and stuff. And I think they thought that they were smarter than the Republican Party, and they were going to do it again. And I think the reason they waited is it was take him out, and it's too late to announce a new good Republican president or candidate for president. And I think it was let Trump take out his own party for, to say so. And then they take Trump out so he can't be president. And then all of a sudden you've got a quick couple of months where somebody else can come in and run. My opinion, if that makes any sense. I think they were trying to
hold on a second. Thomas wants the link for donations. It's linked.
Okay.
It's right there. linktapgo.com/the DUM Show. Olivia will put it up.
Yes.
By the way, folks, we are entirely funded by viewers. Everything you see here is paid for by us. We have no sponsor. We have no vendor. We have no RNC or DNC. It's all you. Anything you can do to help. We have a goal. We're looking to try to hit that 3,000 mark for the month of May. And the reason why is because that's what it costs to run the show after Facebook has decided to go ahead and take away Rights Manager from all content creators. And it was a huge blow to a lot of people. It literally wiped out about 90% of our income. So, of course, we're finding new ways to make that happen. But you can help if you want to. linktapgo.com/the DUM Show. Take care of your family first. Take care of your loved ones, birthdays, rent, all that type of stuff. If you have some left over, maybe you don't go to Starbucks 2 times, 3 times, 4 times a week. And if you can help out the DUM Show. Please do so. We would appreciate it.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, so I think what you're trying to say is, let me make sure I get this to understand, is Democrats kind of sat back and said, Donald Trump will hang himself. He's extremely unpopular. He has J6. He has all these indictments coming up. He's not stupid enough to run. The moment he announces he runs, he's going to have to pay for all his legal bills because the RNC cannot officially pay for his legal bills while he's running for president because it's a conflict of interest and against campaign finance. The American people don't like him. There's no chance, and it's ultimately going to kill the Republican Party and will win the election. Is that what you're saying?
Kinda. I mean,
Okay, then redo it because I wasn't listening effectively and I'm being a dick. I'm sorry.
no, you're not. I probably didn't explain it very
No,
well.
I didn't listen.
So-
I was trying to do
Big
a couple.
D-man?
No.
Big
That
D-man?
please, anybody's named Big Dick Man does not have a big dick. And anytime listen, he can come on right now. I'll challenge him $10,000. I guarantee you, my dick's bigger than yours. My wife will attest. We can play that game, but there's those secrets there where people are like you're in the urinal and you look over and you're like, holy shit, I'm that guy. Okay, so I got nothing. Listen, my OnlyFans account. Just go look it up at the DUM Show on OnlyFans. Go ahead, Liv.
Okay, so
I don't have an OnlyFans account. Don't go look, please. Go ahead.
you've said it enough. People probably have.
No,
one.
that was the rumor. Don't you remember when people are like,
Yes.
"What's his OnlyFans account?
Yep.
What's his Only?" I don't have one. Go ahead.
I've got one. But
Yeah,
no, I'm just joking.
God, I wish you would. We'd
Well.
make a killing. Milfy. When you're a Gilfy, I mean, God, you look like you're freaking 30 right now. I can't believe when you're a grandma, it's going to be like, dude. Go ahead.
Dude, if I was 30, I would have had Hayden at 16.
Okay, whatever. Just spit it out. What do you want to go ahead?
So going off the whole Bill Maher of why they didn't just do it right away is I think that the Democrats, they waited to see if he was going to announce he was running for president. So one, he would be tied up in court and blah, blah, blah. It would put a bad light on him because anyone who hates Trump is going to be like, oh my gosh, he's a convicted criminal, because they're not going to actually watch anything and listen to anything.
Okay.
But I think they actually thought that they were going to be able to get a conviction on him to where he can't run anymore, even though he was
I see
the
what you're
front
saying.
runner.
So 25th Amendment would kick in.
Yes, he's the front runner. And then all of a sudden, 2 or 3 months from the election, that's why they waited to put all these court cases in. And then you've got somebody who hasn't been out campaigning, and you've got a last minute Republican candidate who hasn't campaigned, who doesn't have the voice of the people, that people don't know. And they're like, oh, well, it's a shoo-in, because at that point, it's going to be for the Republican candidate. Thank you very much, Thomas. It's going to be a no name for the Republican candidate. Everyone who loves Trump, he's now convicted of a felony. He can't run. And then it's a big win for us. I think
That's a really interesting point. I want to, let's walk down that line. Okay. So he was impeached twice, right? Once was for quid pro quo, right? Which was with Ukraine. And
same country that Joe did it with, but okay.
Right. And he did to Afghanistan. Right.
Exactly.
But we're just,
Whatever.
you're just counting coup now. Now it's just, it's a walk in the park. So, and then you have a second impeachment, and then you saw two things take place. The same thing that happened with Richard Nixon, the same thing that happened with Bill Clinton. What happened after all 4 impeachments? Do you know?
They get a bump in popularity or something.
They get
like
a huge
that.
bump in popularity, and ranging from 8 to 12%. Every single, it doesn't matter, guilty or innocent. Bill Clinton got his highest approval ratings ever during the Monica Lewinsky. I had sexual relations with that cigar and chocolate chip cookie. It tasted like sweet, sweet cow manure. I'll tell you what. People say that cigars smell like cow manure, but it doesn't matter. So the point is, it wasn't a reference about Monica, because thick women need love too. Okay, they do, and there's nothing wrong with a little cushion for the pushing. I don't want to start a fire in the bed. Kindling, no. Moving on. So you saw a huge bump in those 4 instances. So I think they understood that once he was out of office after J6 and the J6 committee hearing and everything, they started impeachment hearings so he could not run again for president. Do you remember that? Okay.
Yes, they were trying.
But he was already out of office.
Yeah.
You can't impeach somebody who's not in office. It goes to a completely different level of court, and it would require district courts and federal courts to go ahead and process the paperwork. It would take legislation. I mean, it is a completely different process. So the thing is, hold on. I just got someone saying they're messing with my Facebook group.
Gotten any chatter on the
Man,
watch?
they're effing with your group now too. I don't understand.
Oh, maybe.
Hold on.
I didn't see it, so I'm not
Jason, Jason, if you're listening, Jason from Wimkin, he's the CEO of Wimkin. We're working to get on his platform.
Oh, okay.
And he's over on the DUM News, and he's saying it's not working. Jason, the reason we don't allow posts on that page, that's why they're not messing with the DUM News. It's okay. Actually, the DUM News is absolutely crushing right now. And it's free of all Facebook junk. So I don't know why that's happening, but take a look. Let us know. He's actually real quick, he's working with a company that does fentanyl testing, and they sell fentanyl testing kits.
Who is this?
This is Jason from Wimkin. He's
Oh, okay.
CEO of Wimkin. Wimkin
Gotcha.
is a Facebook, but free speech network, and it's fairly large. And they went after him in J6 because some of their members said some pretty, they were using it for communication. But he's a good dude. He's been on. He's a Toronto Maple Leafs fan. He talks hockey with us all the time. Wixom. It doesn't matter. The point is, you know who he is, and
Okay.
he's come on and he's talked to us before, and he jokes around about the Toronto Maple Leafs and how great, or maybe it's Tampa Bay Lightning. Yeah, it's Tampa Bay Lightning. I
Okay,
think.
because I was like, Tuner Monkey's the Leafs
It's
fan.
Tampa Bay Lightning,
Okay.
and I always mix up because the blue and white, and plus both teams suck. So it's Wix. Anyway, he's got a company that he's working with that have just started releasing fentanyl kits for testing. And this is really important because if people touch a certain amount of fentanyl, they can get horribly sick, if not die.
Mm-hmm.
And what they're trying to do is help parents to have it. If they're in a situation where there's a foreign substance in the home that they don't understand and they don't know what it is, they can use that to test certain areas to test
that's
it.
cool.
Yeah. But also if people smoke weed and they want to make sure that their weed is clean,
That's probably smart.
you could take a little piece of it, throw it in there and see if it tests for fentanyl. And, let's be honest, there's things to check. So it's something we should, look into. And he's wondering if we want to get involved and sponsor. And I said, I'll take a look at it. We've had a lot of people here affected and impacted by fentanyl who've lost lives, and it's something we should look into. So we will.
Me personally, I just found out tonight. I'll tell you more after the show. But
Well, why don't you just speak in euphemisms?
I just found out that one of my family members, I was talking to my mother on the way home from work, and he's had a pretty bad addiction to drugs. He's been in rehab twice. Thank you, Anon, whoever you are. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I know who it is.
I know, you know.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
He has been in rehab twice. Second rehab was heroin.
Wow.
He'd been clean for quite a while, doing really well for himself, had a home or a house, and apparently he just fell back into it, and he's been doing fentanyl.
Well, you're gonna have to tell me who it is.
Yeah, I will.
Why don't you just text me real quick so I can find out who it is?
He's been doing fentanyl, and I guess he was in his garage working, and he slipped, and he fell, and he landed on some glass, and he cut the artery in his pinky.
Wait a second. Jason Wixom says Matt, wrong guy, and Tampa Bay doesn't suck. It isn't the wrong guy. Wait a second. Hold on. I'm confused. Wixom isn't Wimkin? Oh, Jason, I didn't know that. See, I thought he's like Tampa Bay doesn't suck. I knew I'd bring him out for that. Jason, I thought you were the same guy. Okay, so I'm confused. See, so let me make sure I understand, because I get confused sometimes too. Okay, so you are not Jason Shepard. You're Jason Wixom, but I was right. You are the hockey fan. I mixed you up with
mixing your Jasons.
but I mixed up my Jasons, but Tampa Bay. Okay, yeah, so we have because Wixom and I, Shepard, have also had hockey talk, and I'm like, he's like, yeah, we had some good hockey banter back and forth, and I'm like, that's got to be Wixom. Wixom has to, and then Wixom and Wimkin. It sounds the same. You're fucking with me. You're the same guy. Come on, tell me you're the same guy. Let's see. No, Matt. Shit. Okay, well, whatever. At least at least I remembered half of you. I mean, seriously.
At least I remember now.
Show me
at least
some
he knows
respect.
you're a hockey fan.
At least I knew you liked blue and white, and that if you didn't have Kucherov, your team would have probably not even gotten 39 points this year. Hey, the Avs aren't in it anymore either, so we both kind of suck in hind tit. Anyway, Jay, it's good to see you on still. I'm glad you didn't take offense to our hockey talk. Anyway, moving on. But Shepard and Wixom are not the same, but it's just weird because they're the Wimkin, Wixom, I just put 2 and 2 that it was a pseudonym. But either way, that Jason, and I remembered half of you, is different than Shepard. But Shepard runs Wimkin, which is a social media platform, and it's got a shit ton of people who are a part of it. It's huge. It's on Google. It's on Facebook. I told him I would join, and I was just doing a little research into it. I want to make sure that it doesn't get me shadow banned or anything like that. And it looks good. So as soon as I get a chance to sit down, I'm going to do it. So there we go. All right. So I think a lot of people could use these kits, and it's something that I'm thinking of selling on the site because, I mean, seriously, say you're going through your kid's bedroom and you find a little bag of white powder. You don't want to touch it. You don't want to get involved in it. You want to find out what it is. You want to know what it is. I mean, sometimes, like I did stupid stuff. I put baby powder in a small little bag before as a joke. My mom found it. She flipped her freaking lid. And I'm like, so she's, what the hell is this? And I'm like, oh my God, Mom. And I poured it out I rubbed it in my hand. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, it's baby powder. She's like, well, I didn't smell it. What did you expect me to do? Why the hell did you do that? You're so stupid. We do stupid stuff. But there's other reasons. Like if you go to a distillery and you get marijuana, you want to make sure it's clean and it's free, you do that. If you're in the police force and you deal with apprehending criminals and these kits are extremely expensive from the force, and they're not always in readily in supply. You could also hand it out as a cop or a fireman or something else to kids in the neighborhood, things like that. I don't know. I want to look into more of what it is, but it's an interesting thing, and it is an epidemic, and somebody dies from fentanyl poisoning like every 11 minutes or something like that. So obviously it's something they should look into, don't you think?
Yes.
Right. So, God, it's funny. Matt, just don't unfriend me but Colorado sucks. That's easy to say. You didn't finish even remotely close to Colorado. Did you guys even make the playoffs this year? Tampa Bay make the playoffs?
Yes.
Yeah. What happened?
They went out in the first round.
I think so. Yeah. So
we at least made it to the second round.
I don't know if we suck. And considering the only time we've faced each other, you guys lost. So I don't know.
Good point.
Yeah. Just saying. So I don't think we suck. I think you're upset. I was kidding when I said Tampa Bay sucks. You obviously are just, taking it real personal. You still haven't let it go. And that's okay. And you can hold on to it all you want. I don't think Colorado sucks. I think Colorado Nichushkin was horrible news, man. I mean, what a horrible thing to wake up. Speaking of drug use, you have a great player like that who's leading the NHL in goals.
Yeah,
9 goals. No, 9 goals. He had like 13 points.
Yeah, for the playoffs.
And just, to go out is just shit. That sucks. Anyway, go Red Wings, whatever.
So I'll finish real quick because I know people are going to want to know. So anyway, he slipped in his garage. I don't know if he was high at the time, but he fell in the glass. He cut his artery in his pinky. He managed to drive himself to the hospital, which shocking that he did. When they got there, they gave him a sedative.
Sorry, time out.
What's that?
1-1 this year. We haven't played in the Stanley Cup more than twice. I don't care about regular season. Who cares? I care about the Stanley Cup playoffs. And you guys didn't win. Sorry. I think it was 4-2. I think we took care of you. And you guys even cheapened your ice and softened up the ice so we couldn't skate on it. Remember when you guys did that? Yeah. Go Tampa Bay. Still one on your ice. I'm sure it's just echoing through the halls of reverberation that we won in your barn. But moving on, let's stop. It's in the past, right? I mean, I've got my three cups plugged in my ear. I can't hear anything you're saying. Go ahead.
Gosh, oh my goodness. Okay, so they gave him a sedative and he stopped breathing. They had to put him on a ventilator. Oof. And then he got staph and he went sepsis. So he is currently in ICU on a ventilator. They've tried taking him off and he won't breathe without it. So I guess his mother was on her way down next week to get him into rehab anyway and sell the house. So he was on his way, but I guess whenever he gets out of the hospital, he's going straight to rehab.
All right. Well, that's horrible. So, and I got the text and that sucks.
But, couple questions.
Yeah, go.
Tommy Cawthorn wants to know what platform is best for us to watch that pays us the most. That was asked quite a while ago, so I'm just
so there's a couple of things. Nobody pays us a lot. The live show is best on Facebook and watching the commercials and also engaging with all the content, right? Liking, subscribing. But we really want to grow our Spreely TV relationship, and we care about them very much. And TV.Spreely, watching it on there. Whether you guys know this or not, there's Spreely.video, there's Spreely Social, there's Spreely News, and all of those are all together. And there is a great social channel, very similar to Truth Social, as in Spreely.social. So it's not where you watch, it's watch. It's consume the content, watch live, watch recorded, engage, right? Hit like, share it. All of that helps. And honestly, that's it. That's it. Just do me the favor of watching, and any platform you choose is the right one. Right, the wording is, Matt, question. Your legs are too far apart to be speaking to me. I don't know.
I'm confused. Another question. Yeah. Is PayPal the only way to donate? They have Cash App, no PayPal.
Well,
so it's a question. It's a question from the viewer. Gail Deese.
Gail, the reason why we use PayPal, PayPal gets a real bet. Hey, hold on. I got my first payout from Rumble.
Oh my gosh, how much?
Yee-hoo! It's not important, but Rumble Rumble is always like 5 cents.
I can now go and take Ethan and take a couple quarters and let him get one of the
it's good.
machines.
No,
Oh,
it's
really?
it's not great, but we're growing on Rumble, and we're finally starting to make a little bit of money on Rumble, which is great. So that's how you give. No, I don't have Cash App, and the reason why is I want to make it as simple as possible. Can I just explain something? There's nothing wrong with PayPal. PayPal wasn't defunding conservative voices. They were defunding people who were doing unethical things to garner money. And I can't go into specifics, but I personally know people who were impacted by PayPal, who I work with right now, who their accounts were suspended due to J6 and other involvement. And the first thing that those people say is, we were doing some shady stuff. So I want you to be aware that I have never been doxxed by PayPal. PayPal takes care of me. They notify me whenever money is spent. They charge me very nominal fee. So no, it's not the only one, but you can also, if you click the link tapgo.com, you can tip the show, and that's done through Stripe. And that doesn't require anything. You just put in your credit card and go. And Stripe has 512 megabit encryption. It's just like PayPal. It's very, very good. Please, don't believe the hype about PayPal. It does a very, very good job, and they've taken care of me for years. In fact, they just increased us to, we can take out $45,000 a day. Not that we achieve that in any way, shape, or form, but they keep upping our credit and saying, you guys are doing so good. You guys are constantly have a revenue stream coming into PayPal. We're going to up we don't hold on to your money. So they can just, like, I can just transfer, if I need to get rid of $2,000 and put it into our bank account, they don't even blink an eye. They don't charge me a penny for that. So I like PayPal. So please give it a chance. And if you don't use PayPal, you can actually tip through the show right now, link tap go, and use Stripe. And that's the same way. If that doesn't work, give me a call. We'll work something out. But honestly, I would encourage you. We are going to get a P.O. box as well. There's people who want to send checks, and some people just don't want to do credit cards. So we're going to work on that, okay? I don't remember the last time I've seen an ad while watching the show. Are we not doing ads here anymore? No, Tom, we are. It just, the ads are sporadically placed, and some people get a bunch of ads and some people get none. You guys tell us, are we getting ads? They charged me $20 to give you blank. Who? PayPal? No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Unless you did it. Thomas, you need to speak to me about that, because there's no way. They didn't charge you $20. Sorry, I don't want to take up the show for this, but I need to know. If that's what they're charging you, I need to be aware. Because I've never been charged that much to send money through PayPal. Ever. Ever. Like on $100, it's like $2, $3, maybe. Hold on.
Can't you do friends and family and get it waived or something?
I don't understand, Thomas. What do you mean? Okay, I need to know right now. Is PayPal charging everybody that much money when you send? Did you do it, Thomas? Thomas, just call in so I don't have to do this via chat. Oh, you're from Canada. That's why. That has nothing to do with PayPal. That has to do with currency changeover. That's because the American dollar is worth 77 cents compared to Canada. So that's why. That happens all the time. That has nothing to do with PayPal. So it's the Canadian conversion. They change Canadian dollars into American dollars. So there's a conversion process. So that's not PayPal, brother. Yeah, that's why. Canadian to US dollars. Okay, well, you scared the shit out of me. Okay, so was there anything else?
No, I think that was it.
Okay, good. So now that we've got that, all worked out. The next thing that I want to talk about. So, like I said, if you haven't had a chance, please do. Okay. Yes, you can call in, Maureen. So nobody's been seeing ads, huh?
To be honest,
Coney.
I don't know where that came from. I don't know if I've seen an ad. Like, I don't watch the live shows anymore. I know on Rumble, when I refresh, I get ads. But
that's interesting because
I don't know.
If it's not,
to be honest,
there you go.
Refresh.
I'm playing the thing. I'm trying to find.
Okay, I was like,
I'm trying to find if ads are on here anymore, because that's not good.
No, and they're not.
Because I need to know that, and I hate to do it right when we're doing this, but this is super important. Has anyone seen ads? No ads. You saw an ad on YouTube, but we're not talking about YouTube. We're talking about Facebook. No Facebook ads whatsoever. Are you kidding me? Maybe this is why my earnings are down so much. Why?
Why would there be no ads?
That it was accidentally turned off for some reason. Because there should be ads on Facebook live, always. That's really disturbing. I have to figure this out. I apologize, because I got to know.
Yeah, no, that's definitely.
Because that's really weird. So keep asking people so we know.
Okay.
Because I need to be, if nobody is seeing ads, I need to be aware.
Haven't seen ads in a few days. Haven't seen ads in months. But
months? Who was that?
That was Kristen. She goes, I thought maybe mods didn't get them.
Oh, you guys got to tell me this stuff, right? So if you don't see that stuff, I got to know. All tools. Let's go to earnings.
Angel said she said 2. They were local.
When?
When? Angel, when did you have them? Someone said it's been a week since I've seen ads.
In-stream ads. Here we go. Sorry, y'all got to check. Show ads on live videos, include mid-rolls. Nobody's blocked. Are you sure, y'all? No ads. It's not you doing it. I don't see them at all. I haven't had ads in months at all. Well, that explains why my earnings are just complete dog shit. I've made, in the last 7 days, $1 on ads on live. $1. Considering I was making like 150 to 250 a week. They've just, folks, this is why we're asking so much. They don't give me stars. They take they're taking our ads off. This is what happens. Facebook is completely just demonetizing people without punishing them. They're just turning it off. So that's why we ask all the time for revenue. Just because this is what's been going on. It sucks. I mean, Facebook, they hold people hostage, content creators, and they don't care. So anyway, anything you can do to help. It's great to see Rumble, though, actually make a little bit of money for once.
Kevin wants to know, does Rumble take a VIG from donations? I don't know what that means, but
just don't donate to Rumble. Just donate to PayPal.
Yeah.
See, it's just make it easy, guys. Putting money in all these different places, it doesn't do it. But people give Rumble rants. I don't know what Rumble rants are. I think it allows people to say certain things and get their names put up in lights. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's really awesome to see people chip it in. So just do what you can. All right. We've talked way too much about the inner workings of, and 133 people are interested in what's going on, but this is shit. This is not a good show. You guys are making me talk about this. I love you guys and I appreciate you. This is a video of, and I want to be real clear here. And I don't know how to say this better than this. I think they're not putting ads. I think Facebook is having some revenue issues, and I think they're limiting the amount of payouts that they're doing. So, all right. So here's the deal.
You'd think they would do the little guys as opposed to the really big ones.
No, do not stop watching Facebook. Facebook is still just, you guys just trust me when I say this, just do what you're always doing and just keep watching the show. All right. I appreciate it. I love you. I thank you. But there's no magic recipe for this, right? There's no magic. The best thing that you guys can do is go to tv.spreely and sign up for Spreely Video and watch those videos, the two that I do there. Interact through Spreely Social. Help on Twitter. Help on Instagram, YouTube. Continue to get things to grow. If you're not following us, go to Link Tap Go and go down everything and follow us everywhere. That is what helps us, is growing our network, because we're huge on Facebook, but the other channels are impossible to grow on because it's just, for some reason, we took off on Facebook. All right, we're moving on. So the thing is that when you look at Latinos and Black people, Hayden or Olivia, sorry, you are Latino.
Yes.
How you don't know a lot about your family, but how do they feel about homosexuality in the Latino community and Mexican community, Catholic community?
Hang on one second.
What are you doing?
My headphones got unplugged.
Oh.
I couldn't hear. Okay. Repeat that, please. I'm sorry. I couldn't hear. It was muffled without the headphones.
It's okay. So how does the Latino Hispanic community feel, Catholics, about the LGBTQ community?
To be honest, I'm not sure because I wasn't raised Catholic, but I know it used to be a mortal sin.
Right.
But if I'm not mistaken, they've changed that and it's now accepted.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, but
Right.
I don't know for sure.
But predominantly
When it comes to any form of Christianity, homosexuality, whatever, it's considered a mortal sin. You'll go straight to hell. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. So about the LGBTQ community, it's really, you're right. It's kind of stayed by the wayside. Okay. But when it comes to the transgender community, you see, okay, I'm trying to walk around this in an easy way. I just need to rip off the Band-Aid. Here's what it is. Black people for 400 plus years have worked for equality, is what the liberals call it. But truly just not to be beaten the shit out of because they decide to go into the wrong entryway into a restaurant. Okay. Mm-hmm. That they can vote, that they can be treated with respect, that they're not being marginalized based on the color of their skin.
They can get paid equally.
Right. 400 and some odd years of this, they've tried to reach this level. The LGBTQ community truly, because when they came out in the 70s and rainbow flag, and there's always been homosexuality, but to this level, it was longer than the 70s. And in the 80s, a lot of homosexuals just closeted and hid because of the AIDS virus, and there was a lot of anti-hate. In the 90s, it was not acceptable from either party. And then really not until 2006, 2010, when Barack Obama got it, and they decided, oh, wow, we've lost a lot of our voting base. We better go out and go to the LGBTQ community because it's growing, and now it's 3% of the population. Now we can curtail to a minority group, and here we go. Well, the thing is that if you ask most Black people, they won't answer this question. You remember I had Q on when we first started, and I asked him, and I said, how do you feel about Black people who've been fighting for equality for 400 years, and it took the gay and lesbian community a little less than 2 decades to get the same result? And he's like, I ain't fucking touching that one with a 10-foot pole. Mm-hmm. And the reason why he said that is because there is a lot of animosity towards the LGBTQ community in the African-American and Hispanic communities because they don't agree with transgenderism. They're not a big fan of that shit. African-American and Hispanic families believe in the nuclear unit. They believe in the man, the woman, and children, and the familia, right? And this is something that Democrats have not really tried to understand. Angel, tv.spreely. That's it. tv.spreely.com. You're there. It's that easy. What do you mean you couldn't? tv.spreely.com. Oh, ladies. See, this is so hard for me because I work so hard to get you guys directed and work so hard on this stuff. tv.spreely.com. There it is. Right there. Boom. It's up.
We're on channel 1 right now.
On demand. Watch us right here. All the shows. Don't unfriend me. Okay. You want to come over here? News. Should be a Don't Unfriend Me article up here somewhere. I post one. Boom. There it is. That's yesterday. And I don't know what happened to today's. It's somewhere up there. Okay. You want to go ahead and go to TV. You can watch live. Go to Spreely Channel 1. Okay. Click it. This is something that Democrats have not really. And there we are. We're live. Spreely.tv, folks. You want to go to Spreely Social. You click on Social. And here it is. You sign up and you get on Spreely Social. All right there for you. Pretty simple. All right, I feel much better. Okay, so you're seeing a lot of Latinos and blacks jump over to Donald Trump. And can you guess why, Liv?
They're sick of the Democrats marginalizing them, maybe?
I think they're sick of two things. One is I think they're sick of providing illegal immigrants more safe havens and more opportunity than blacks and Latinos who have voted predominantly with Hispanics the last 40 years and blacks the last 75 years, predominantly with the Democratic Party, and are getting nothing out of it. And they're giving it, insurance and phones and vouchers for plane trips and bus trips to illegals. And blacks and Latinos are like, look at our neighborhoods. What the hell are you people doing? That's number one. Number two is this whole bullshit, this woke bullshit about a man and a woman, and that a woman can be a man and a man can be a woman, and that men can get pregnant. They don't play that game. They don't play that shit. Completely unacceptable. So I want you to listen to this video because I believe this is the hidden topic that liberals don't want to talk about. You won't hear on the news, but this is the real reason why African Americans and Latinos, in my opinion, are fleeing the Democratic Party, is because of their stance on the men and women and the family unit, and then predominantly the money and the attention they're giving to illegal immigrants, and completely ignoring these incredibly destructive, policies in these neighborhoods. Thomas says the nuclear unit, nuclear family. Yeah, same thing. Are you talking about my unit is nuclear?
No, he's responding to something. Response in chat.
Oh, okay.
What is a woman?
It's your mama.
So the question was, what is a woman? And he goes, it's your mama. And hold on, I got the whole video here, but for some reason I don't have an indicator. Hold on. Let me refresh this. Because this guy puts it.
What is a woman?
It's your mama. What is a woman?
What is a woman?
It's your mama.
That's right. Plain and simple.
You that confused? Let me come and watch it. I tell you, it's your mama. It sure ain't your daddy.
That's right. Go ahead. That's right.
What is a woman? Now the transgender want to take away the title mother from the women.
Lord.
Yeah, all you women that got babies, they don't want the women now to be called mothers. They want them to be called baby carriers.
What?
Like you're a freightliner.
My
you're
Lord,
a freightliner.
Lord.
Baby carriers. And these dumb, ignorant congressmen is considering it. Wow. What's a woman? Your mama.
Your mama. That's right.
President Biden joining in on the conversation.
We didn't know what a woman. We didn't know what a woman is.
A woman is your mama.
That's right. Tell him about Pastor.
That man is past 80, isn't he?
Thank you, Reese family.
I believe so.
You mean to tell me you past 80 and you don't know your mama and your wife?
It's supposed to be the Deese family. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Okay.
That's right.
Is a woman.
Lord help us.
Is that a church?
You know what? I'm going to watch it again.
Is that a church?
We're going to watch it again.
What is a woman?
It's your mama.
That's right. Plain and simple.
You that confused? Let me come and watch it. I tell you, it's your mama. It sure ain't your daddy.
That's right. Go ahead. That's right.
Thank you,
What is a
Thomas.
woman?
Thank you, everybody.
Now the transgender want to take away the title mother from the women.
Lord.
Yeah, all you women that got babies, they don't want the women now to be called mothers. They want them to be called baby carriers.
What?
Like you're a freightliner.
My
You're
Lord,
a freightliner.
my Lord.
Baby carriers. And these dumb, ignorant congressmen is considering it. Wow. What's a woman? Your mama.
Your mama. That's right.
President Biden joining in on the conversation. Oh, we didn't know what a woman. We didn't know what a woman is. A woman is your mama.
That's right. Tell him about Pastor.
That man is past 80, isn't he? He's past 80, right?
I believe so.
You mean to tell me you past 80 and you don't know your mama and your wife?
That's right.
Is a woman?
Lord help us.
That's a church I would go to.
I love that guy.
If all sermons were like that,
I'm
I'd
gonna
go to
listen.
church.
We need to reach out to him. I want him on the show.
Oh,
like
what is his name?
I don't know. We'll find out. But I want that guy on the show.
Oh, he's hilarious.
Because I would just listen to him. Because see, here's the thing. And if he was here, I would say this. That's black privilege. That's black privilege, and it's something that most white people would never say. Thank God for black people. Thank God for black people who finally have Teflon covering because of what they went through and all the bullshit and the slavery and the racism and the 60s and the hatred, so they can stand up there and say, hey, white people, you crackers are fucking idiots. Thank God, because they're not afraid, because they can't get canceled. You can't cancel a black person. Thank God. And honestly, some of the most honest people now are black. Bill Cosby, I don't care. I know what he did. Horrible thing, but at least he was honest. Steve Harvey, amazingly honest. Dave Chappelle, honest. And you're seeing a lot of Ice Cube, completely honest. You're seeing a lot of African Americans come out and use their ability to call a spade, to call out racism and sexism without getting canceled for it, because nobody is going to say that's a conservative black maggot, because you know what's going to happen. 5 minutes after they say that, you called me a what? You're calling a black man a maggot? Listen here, honky. Yeah, and you're going to get your, so you can't do that. And I think it's great that African Americans in churches and in political movements are standing up and saying, this is ridiculous. The left is so disconnected from reality that this no longer stands. And the thing about Terrence Williams and Dave Chappelle and Cat Williams, they're all comedians. You're not seeing it just from comedians now. You're seeing rappers. You're seeing actors. Look at Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington challenges the way these kids look with their pants around their ankles and not respecting their fathers and their mothers and not standing up in the neighborhoods and taking care of their children. This shit's getting real. And the Democrat Party better be careful, because they're going to start losing the black vote. They're going to start losing the Latino vote, because Catholics don't play around with this shit. And Latinos are immersed in their faith. And you're sitting here and you're questioning the Virgin Mary. You're questioning the matriarch of their family. I don't think it's a good idea. I mean, liberals are going to have to, they're going to have to figure this out, that this is extremely dangerous for them if they continue down this course of just nonsensical, I'm going to pretend things are something that they're not. I mean, how can anyone with a straight face sit here and when the question is asked, can men have babies? And people say, it depends. How can you possibly live? Is there such thing as gravity?
Yes.
Say it depends.
It depends.
It depends on what?
It depends on the moon's location to the earth and its gravitational pull from the sun. That sounds about right, right? I don't know. I'm just making something up here.
Right.
Right. Well, you said, hey, it depends.
I just asked you if gravity is real. And instead of saying yes, you say it depends. It depends on if you have an anti-gravitational device. It depends whether you have boots made of magnets and you're sitting on a metal building. It depends if the moon is in alignment with Uranus. It depends if you're on the Star Trek or a Klingon vessel. No. Gravity still exists even under those conditions. What you're saying is that in certain circumstances, things can change that are the minutia, that are the outliers, but certainly do not make the rule, right? You might be on a starship. You might be on something that's creating centrifugal force, that's creating a false sense of gravity, but that still doesn't mean that gravity doesn't exist. Because just because you're weightless doesn't mean that that's still not a position of gravity. It means that there is no gravity, or there is so limited amount of gravity that you are weightless, but that's still the effects of gravity or the lack thereof of it. So to sit here and say that men can be women just because you see somebody in a dress or puts on lipstick, or just because they have a child around them, or they talk in an effeminate voice, those things are outliers. It still does not challenge the premise that men are men and women are women. Just because there's abnormalities, or just because there's nuance that changes it, it doesn't mean that that's not true. And whenever I hear people say that transgender rights are human rights, I'm like, yeah, because you're a human. But when you say transgender rights are women's rights, or transgender rights are men's rights, that's true if you're a woman, and it's true if you're a man, but it's not true if you're pretending to be a man and pretending to be a woman, because that is antithetical. You are trivializing what it takes to be a man or a woman, and you're saying that it's not true. If that's the case, and gender is just a construct, then why does it fucking matter that you need to be called a woman when you're a man?
I think the shadow vote this year is going to be the suburban housewife.
Oh, yeah.
And
oh, yes.
Which party has pissed them off the most?
I agree.
Did Trump piss them off the most with his COVID speech?
Mm-hmm.
Are the conservatives pissing them off with the abortion rights? Or are Democrats pissing him off with the woman of the year was a transgender male? Or that they're allowing transgender males to play in female sports? How many of those suburban housewives are really going to appreciate a male being able to change in her daughter's locker room for sports, for swimming, for basketball, for volleyball? And no matter what their daughter does, is never going to be able to win first place when that male is there. I mean, that's real. I think that's the shadow vote this year. And I think the left, I think it might be starting to tip into the liberals, the Republicans' favor. I think the liberals are starting to piss off the women.
I agree with you. I think there's a huge shadow vote because there's no such thing as a shy Biden supporter. There's no such thing. They proclaim with their Ukrainian flags and riding with Biden and all that other bullshit, and their mask wearing and their 17 Band-Aids up and down the arms, as many vaxes they've got. This is very reminiscent of 2016. They have literally suppressed and put the MAGA supporters down with the Murlocs. And people are ashamed almost to admit, not because they're embarrassed, but because of the level of danger and the hatred and the canceling and the possible losing of a job or loved ones. I think people are back in the 2016 mindset that they support, but they won't say anything. But more importantly, I think that it's not that they're going to come over to Trump. I think a lot of these people are absolutely
running away from the Liberal Party.
That's right. And moving towards RFK or moving towards Jill Stein. And they're going to do what's known as an opposition vote. This is going to be very much reminiscent of George Bush versus Clinton and Ross Perot. I believe RFK and Jill Stein are going to create a hell of a storm. And the thing is that RFK, the reason why they dropped out of the debate, if anybody wants to know, the reason why this debate wasn't put on by Fox or ABC is because there is a rule that 7% of the vote from the national vote, you have to allow RFK on the stage. Nobody wants that. The Republicans or the Democrats don't want to allow RFK on the stage. Because if they allow RFK on the stage, he will play the Ross Perot candidate. This is on purpose. This is control. You want to see where our freedom and democracy is truly being challenged? You have a man who has 7% of the national vote who cannot be on the election stage, who won't even be on the ballot in some states because of the opposition from the RNC and the DNC. Is that fair? No. I mean, I would never vote for RFK But they will never allow him to be on stage with Trump and Biden because, honestly, RFK would probably embarrass Biden and Trump combined. RFK is not an idiot. He's a very smart man. He's very intelligent. I don't agree with everything he says. In fact, I don't agree with many things he says. But he has, even though he has that raspy voice, I'm telling you, he has the ability to debate. And the one thing about Ross Perot is you have to remember, compare Ross Perot and take a look at Clinton and take a look at Bush and compare Ross Perot. Ross Perot was a Dumbo-eared midget who talked like this. I'm Ross Perot. Can I finish? Can I finish? Excuse me. Can I finish? Thank you very much. I just want to finish. Mr. Bush, Mr. Bush, can I finish? And that was Ross Perot. And he was a midget compared to Bush and compared to Clinton. He had an amazing attitude and passion and energy, but he did not look magnanimous on that camera. RFK does. He's yoked. He could beat the living shit out of Trump and Biden at the same time. He is completely, I mean, this guy.
He's easy on the eyes. I don't think he's good looking, but I know a lot of women who think he's handsome. Ripped. And not only that, his voice gives him an air of where you feel a certain way, but then you listen to him and then you don't really care about it. It's a Ross Perot quality. People liked Ross Perot, especially in the South, is because he was relatable, even though he was a billionaire. He's very much like Trump. He spoke plainly. That goes goes over very well with the American people. So my point is they'll never allow RFK. Now, RFK is going to take a lot of votes from Biden. He will take some from Trump. But this hurts Biden immensely. Biden is not in a good place. Biden is not going to get 82 million votes again. And I predicted about 135 million to 138 million people will vote. And if that's the case, Donald Trump has a very good chance. A lot of people are saying it's going to be 150, 160 million, just like COVID. I completely disagree with you. And if I'm right, this proves what I've been saying for 4 years about the stolen election. And this is when I take my victory lap. And this is when I charge $1,000 a month to watch my show. No, I'm kidding. All right. So last couple topics, and then we're going to go. First of all, I want to thank everybody for their donations tonight. It's made a huge difference. It does make a difference. Yes, it does.
If you haven't had a chance, you can stop by the DUM Show at thedumshow.com. You can save 10% using code DUM10. When you get there, pick up a shirt, pick up a hat. If you haven't shopped before, it's really simple. You just go to the main page. Watch, we'll do it together. Just so you guys can do this, we'll take a quick little break, and I'll show you.
What is a woman?
What is a woman?
I love that guy. We got to get that soundbite.
We got to get my soundboard working.
Yeah. We'll do it. Well,
I don't know what's going on.
all you got to do is just at the end of the show, tell me, hey,
yeah,
let's do it. But we never do it. You folks, you go over to thedumshow.com. It's real simple. And you just hit shopping. You go to these categories, new items, all, coffee, gents, ladies. Say you're a lady. You want to click on ladies? Oh, not hard. Because we know what a woman is. Look for the boobies, folks.
I was going to say, that's exactly where your mouse was. That's where you clicked.
That's right. So all shirts right here. And remember, we have more than just black. And if you're looking, you're like, okay, well, I really like the We the Parents shirt. So I'm going to click into it. I wonder if they have more colors than black. Well, we certainly do. Boom, boom, boom. Right there. All the colors, size you want, add it to cart, go in, rock and roll. That's simple, folks. Real easy. You think that's great? You got hats. All good looking stuff. Everything's 5-star. If you notice, you can come all the way down to the bottom. See right here? These are Judge Me ratings. Now, the reason why this is important is that I don't pay for these. These are given to me. And I'm awarded these. And you can't fake them. 145 5-star reviews. Do you understand that basically anywhere from 1 out of 20 to 1 out of 10 people fill out a review? So that means we have over 1,000 transactions, 145 5-star reviews. Diamond transparency. Diamond. It's the highest honor you can get in this rating on the internet. The highest you can get, diamond transparency, which is I don't bullshit about where my clothes come from. I don't lie about their quality. And you get a diamond level of transparency. And also, it means when you contact me, you are taken care of 120%, no matter what happens. 145 verified reviews, verified. That's the key. If it's not verified, it's fake. Bronze authenticity, overall authenticity. I have no idea what that is. Monthly record, 10 verified reviews, top 10% stores on the internet. Top 10 stores on the fucking internet, folks. Top 10%. Do you know how many stores? There's over 300 million store faces out there. We're in the top 10%. And the top 10% trending, which means we are one of the fastest growing stores. All of this is right here. Verified by Judge Me. It is absolutely 100% the best customer service and representation that you can possibly get. Don't Unfriend Me show right here. Look at all these people. Photographs of all of the people who purchased product. 4.95 stars out of 164 reviews. We've had 4 4-star reviews. I'm going to find those people and kill them.
Are we still selling MAGA hats?
We never sold MAGA hats.
Oh, okay. Somebody said her husband wants one.
I certainly can put a MAGA hat on there, and I can make one. Okay. But the great thing about what we've got, and I know, is when you come to the shop, go right here. All products, new releases, bestsellers, ladies, coffee, books, veterans, hoodies, hats. Boom. Click on hats.
Do we have sun visors?
I know, but I can put those on if you ask. Okay. Come and take it. Make women female again. Don't Unfriend Me hats, the DUM Show hats, all of it.
If you have any requests for the store, message me, please, and I will get it over to Matt.
Folks, it's simply the best product you can buy. It's not the cheapest, but I guarantee you the design, the quality, everything, it's fantastic. Go to thedumshow.com and pick something up. We would appreciate it, okay? It's a way to give back and get something in return. All right, last video. I think we have 2 more, actually, but we'll make this quick because we want to go play Diablo. And it's not that we don't love you guys.
See how Hades doing. What she's doing.
She's
probably in her room.
I went out there and talked to her, and she's just like, everything's good. I had a good birthday.
She has her Kindle. She's stuck in a book right now.
Yes.
Which honestly, if her favorite thing to do right now is read books, and if she wants to read 1 book a day, and that's all she does in the weekends, is sit in her room. And I'm totally cool with that. It's much better than what she could be doing. Exactly. All right. Listen, I'm not a big Kansas City fan. I'm not even a really big Patrick Mahomes fan, but this is the Butker incident with the kicker, the Catholic, who went to a Catholic school and said Catholic things, and everyone took offense to. You got to love Patrick Mahomes. This is the kicker. Kickers are a dime a dozen, literally. I mean, they can smoke on the field. I want you to listen to this because this is pretty special. It's not just about sports. This is a pretty big statement. Listen.
I'm Noah Harrison. I've known him for 7 years, and I judge him by the character that he shows every single day, and that's a good person. That's someone who cares about the people around him, cares about his family, and wants to make a good impact in society. When you're in the locker room, there's a lot of people from a lot of different areas of life, and they have a lot of different views on everything, and we're not always going to agree, but and there's certain things that he said that I don't necessarily agree with, but I understand the person that he is, and he's trying to do whatever he can to lead people in the right direction. And that might not be the same values as I have, but at the same time, I'm going to judge him by the character that he shows every single day. That's a great person, and we'll continue to move along and try to help build each other up to make ourselves better every single day. But at the end of the day, we're going to come together as a team, and I think that'll help out as well as eliminating those distractions outside the building as well.
The guys are good with that. They understand. I mean, they understand how things work. I mean, everybody's got their own opinion. And that's what's so great about this country. You can share those things and you work through it. And that's what guys do.
What makes the locker room so cool is you're able to have those discussions and become better and make those decisions for yourself. And so even though there are very vast, I guess, differences as far as those speeches happening at the same time, I mean, you're able to talk to guys and you get knowledge, you make your own decisions at the end of the day. And I think that's what makes this country so great, is that you're able to get as much knowledge as you can, and then you make your own decisions. And it gets a little divisive sometimes when you get to social media and you get to...
Oh boy, look what Roxanne just put. I haven't said a word about this, and you guys are lucky. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for it to happen. And when it does, it is going to be the largest fucking mic drop ever in podcast history, because I am the only person who said this. The only one. The only one. Just remember. And if I don't get a job from Trump or some political candidate and says, okay, we got to hire Matt Spear. Yes, he's an asshole. Yes, he thinks he's always right. But it's kind of hard to argue with this guy when he is. Because I've been saying that for 4 years. DeSantis, Nikki Haley, either or as vice president. And I told you why. Just remember, because all the rumblings are coming out. Even though Trump's sending out, I'll never vote for Nikki Haley. I'll never vote for Nikki Haley. All this is coming out. I'll never have her, never pick her, never pick her. Something is going to happen with Nikki Haley because she just came out and endorsed him. She came out and endorsed him today. The winds are a-changing, folks. Remember what I said. I want to know who gave me 4 4-star reviews. I got to find out who those people are. I'm going to kill them.
So anyone knows anyone in the political,
Yeah.
refer.
Yeah, well, they won't.
Send Matt's name out.
Why would they want someone who's right?
Building, you can have those healthy discussions and still be friends at the end of the day, even though you might not agree with exactly the same things.
I didn't talk to him about this. Didn't think we need to. We're a microcosm of life here. Everybody from different areas, different religions, different races.
All right. Everyone gets the point. I want to get your thoughts, Liv.
Well, my respect level for Mahomes just went up a little bit. And Coach, they're absolutely right. This shouldn't matter.
No.
And I've been saying it from the beginning.
Football?
Politics need to stay out of sports.
Yeah.
What does it have to do with it? So anyone can have their own personal opinions. Like I said, when we showed the clip, he wasn't out there in his Chiefs jersey. He wasn't wearing Chiefs hat. He didn't come out and say, I'm so-and-so, and I'm the place kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs, two-time Super Bowl winner, blah, 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 blah. Come watch the Chiefs next season. This is my opinion.
Three times?
2?
3 times?
They were back-to-back. I guess they are 3. I don't know how long he's been with the team.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know how long he's been with the team.
See, Amy says...
To be honest, I didn't even know who he was until we watched the
Amy just said, I just did a review. You know what? I'm going to find out who did it. I'm going to embarrass him. How can you give me a 4-star review? How can you give me a 4-star review? I mean, seriously, what could possibly have been wrong with the quality of the product? Unless it's shit and it doesn't work, but then I replace it. There's got to be a way to solve those reviews because I'm big on that, man. Like people will tell you, I do not allow people to be unhappy. It's really important to me. I'm going to see if I can find this. Hold on a second. Judge Me Reviews. I'm going to find out who it is.
Yeah, so I think Mahomes, that's a leader. That's a true leader of a team right there who may not have the same opinion or values as him, but he's defending him in public and saying, just leave him alone. I think that's great. And I think I think it's great that the coach stood up for him.
Yeah, I think it's...
it needs to happen more often. It's kind of like the NHL when, I don't even remember what team it was. Was it the Rangers? I don't remember. But one of the Russian players came out and said, I'm not going to wear the LGBTQ practice jersey. No, it was the Phillies. Or not the Phillies.
Philadelphia Flyers.
Yeah, the Flyers.
Yeah.
He came out and he said, I'm not going to wear that. It's against my religion. I'm not going to do it. And news media freaked out. Fine Philadelphia, millions of dollars, fire him, get him out of here, ship him back to Russia, blah, 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 blah. And what did the NHL do? They shut that shit down. And said, nope, it's not in our sport. And they just canceled every single honors night. And they just said they were done. We're done talking about it. And it was like 24 hours on the media and then it was done. The NHL shut it down. And that's what needs to happen in every single sport. Let us watch our sports. Sports are an entertainment. Movies, sports, TV shows, books, music. It's our getaway and it's our escape from reality. It's when we're home from working 40 plus hours a week, dealing with the kids, dealing with paying bills and grocery shopping and blah, 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 and all this in real life. And you just want to get away and escape and get out of reality and just go into something else where you don't have to think about all of your adult responsibilities.
That's it.
That's what they are. You don't want to have to see that in your release, in your escape. Yeah. I don't want to see it. I want to be able to watch my sports game without dealing with it.
It's like your mom and dad coming over when you're having sex. It's not a good experience. Or your priest. It's like, hey, Miss Spear, what you doing down there? A little disappointed in you, Mr. Spear.
Are you trying to make a baby? If it's okay, that's
Mr. Spear, why do you have a snorkel and a mask on? Please tell me, why do you have a flashlight in one hand and a bag of Doritos in the other? So I think everyone gets the point. Okay, now that we've done that, we've got an Izzo thing. First of all, we are 5 stars. The 6 4 stars we received are people who either accidentally put in 4 stars and changed it, or people who put in 4 stars and then I took care of them from a customer service standpoint. They still track that. Judge Me is hands down the shit. They don't you can't falsify what they have to be verified reviews. I have never put a fake review in there. Never will. I'm very proud of our retail store. And it's done a lot of.
I haven't done a review either, just so you know. I haven't done.
And it's done a shit ton of business. I mean, we did $15,000 on the "Try That in a Small Town" shirt. That thing went viral, and we sold 300 or 400 of those damn things. And people were always happy. There was only one lady who was just she got a free shirt because she was such a biznatch, and she made the order the next day. Where's my shirt? I'm like, what the fuck, are you kidding me? I'm like, we just got the order last night. You just pay. My shirt should be here by now. And I'm just like, ma'am, we can't.
We're not Amazon.
Even if we were. But anyway, point is, we love our reviews. We protect them.
Thomas said, or your kids kids walking in while you're having fun.
No.
That's happened twice.
The order contained a policy.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I did a video that had to do with this whole thing, the attempt assassination of Donald Trump. Okay. I want to be clear. I'm with Izzo on this. Nobody tried to assassinate Donald Trump. However, the way that these warrants were served from a comparison contrast to Biden to Trump is absolutely ridiculous. Can't have what happened last night happen.
Bless you. Hold that sneeze in.
I blew my teeth off last night. See these?
I'm sorry.
See these fake teeth? All these fake teeth.
They're placeholders till his actual crowns come in.
They're fake. They're plastic teeth. It's just like one giant tooth. It's like I have a mouth guard in. See? They blew off. I see, and she saw my freaking Schmiegel teeth.
I don't care.
They were tiny. They. You guys know when you have a pinky, and the nail, and you see that little white nail underneath your nail right here on your finger. Look, it's right here. How you've got a nail underneath the nail. That's what the size of my teeth look like. And I look like a meth head. I swear to God, if I took them out right now, you'd throw up. It was just, Liv looked at me. She's just like,
no.
The look on her face was so, oh my, she couldn't stop staring. It was like, the movie Roxanne with the big ass nose.
No,
and she was just like,
I was like, it reminded me of the movie Enchanted. When, do you know the movie Enchanted?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about it?
I told you this last night.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
The movie Enchanted.
I know the movie.
When she first, if no one else knows, it's such a great movie. When she first comes from the cartoon world to the real world, and she sees the homeless guy in the street, and was like,
Thanks.
I could really use a happy, a friendly smile,
Liv.
and he smiles.
Wow, Liv. That's really great. Thanks.
I love you.
Do you want to know what you look like during pregnancy?
Yeah, I look like a freaking fat cow. I know that.
Like this.
Freaking, I had 25 pounds of extra water weight. My ankles were this big. I know. I was so swollen with Hayden that I was wearing 2.5 sizes bigger than I normally do for my shoe because my fat foot wouldn't fit in any of my shoes. I know. Trust me.
I cannot believe you just said I look like the freaking drunk wino from Enchanted. I was like, maybe she's going to say something about Patrick Dempsey and make me feel better about myself. And I'm like, when did he have bad teeth in that movie? And then I'm like, oh, the wino. Oh, I know where she's going with this.
You brought up the teeth. Oh, I love
you remember the black lady who was driving the bus? That's what you look like when you were pregnant.
Black lady who was driving the bus?
Yeah, the fat one.
Oh, yeah.
Extremely fat, like
That-
orca fat one. Yeah.
That almost kicked the prince's ass for stabbing through the top of her bus.
Yeah, who came out, and even when they walked, they did the music where she's like, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I
boom.
already said that. I know I was a fat cow when I was pregnant.
When you were pregnant.
Oh, my nose. It itched.
Such an ass. Can't believe you said I look like a drunk wino. Whatever, you're not getting any.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna
Like,
bite.
that's
I'm gonna
happen.
I'm gonna bite you tonight with my hobbit teeth.
Yeah, all I got to do is look at you.
They are ugly. When I blew them up, I sneezed so hard, my freaking, and it flew across the room. I'm like, love. She's like, what? I'm like, my teeth are gone. Like, where'd your teeth go? They flew off. They flew.
Oh.
She's like, why'd your teeth fly off? I'm like, just get my fucking teeth out of me. They hurt. They did hurt.
I can only imagine. There's nothing to cover them. It's straight nerves.
Okay, you know what? That's about enough.
No, I said I can only imagine. It would hurt because it's just straight nerves. There's nothing to cover.
Yeah, and you were like, well, just bend down and get them. I'm like, I swear to God, I'm going to bite your fucking, I'm going to nibble your, I don't even know if I can break through your toe now. I mean, with these teeth. I look like a 2-year-old. All right, here we go.
Oh, goodness. Here's some of us adore cows. The fatter, the better.
Oh, no, I'm all about it. I've had my wife skinny. I've had her biggie. I've had her itty. It doesn't matter. Who cares? I don't care. She always goes in there, oh, I need to lose weight. I'm like, eat another cookie. Who cares? You look beautiful. Shut up. I don't care. I don't care. It's always amazing what's appealing to the eye versus what's appealing to the touch. And I've tried to tell her, I can say one thing as a man. I have never made her feel unappreciated or unattractive in her entire life. I guarantee it. Not once. Ever. Except when she used to plaster her hair down like freaking an emu. Like she looked like the guy from Walking Dead, Daryl, because she would put glue in her hair and she looked like Shaniqua. No, it was not in style. It looked like shit. You look like Queen Latifah. All right, moving on. So Izzo wanted to address this. We'll talk about it. Basically, what it is they found out in the warrant to Mar-a-Lago that the use of deadly force was approved by the Department of Justice.
Jesus.
Which is kind of a big deal. Now, a lot of people are like, it's assassination attempt. Listen, watch the video I did on it. It's very, very clear. My point is you have Secret Service there. You put guys in plain clothes and polos that are supposed to be discreet. You're asking for an armed conflict.
Deadly force to be used and your Secret Service.
Right, for a document grab, right? So this is but Dom makes some good points. He doesn't make the points I make. So go watch my video and like it. But here's Dom's and we can talk about it. Here it is.
And now, of course, the new conspiracy theory is there's a hit put out on Trump during the Mar-a-Lago raid. It's going around Twitter. Here's from Colin Rugg. New FBI agents who raided President Trump's home in 2022 were instructed to prepare to use deadly force while executing the search warrant. Meanwhile, the left is whining that Trump is going to get his potential enemies killed if he wins. The Mar-a-Lago raid was personally sent off by Attorney General Merrick Garland. According to newly unsealed court documents, agents were allowed to use deadly force only when necessary. The FBI brought medical and paramedic with them on the raid and listed nearby trauma centers in case of emergency. The documents in question were revealed through the discovery of the criminal case and were placed on the docket on May 21st. Insane. Here's Merrick. They have a clip of Merrick Garland in his words.
There are, however, certain points I want you to know.
Yeah.
First, I personally approved the decision to seek a search warrant in this matter. Second, the department does not take such a decision lightly.
Right. Kids, can we look at something for a second? And you can go on to social media and just pull this up for yourself on Twitter. When here's the section, right? Number 4. So again, you're getting a partial piece of the instruction for the search warrant. And under heading number 4, according to an operations order produced in the discovery, the FBI believed its objective for the Mar-a-Lago was to seize classified information, blah, 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 blah. The order contained a policy statement regarding use of deadly force, which stated, for example, law enforcement officers of the Department of Justice may use deadly force when necessary. Guys, don't be as bad as the liberal left. Do they want Trump to win? Of course not. They just don't. Are they going to martyr him? No, they're not. They know how insane some insane conservatives would get. God forbid that happen. This was standard for law enforcement when it comes down to deadly force and their policy. Now, this was a federal, it's not local. I have experience with local municipal police department, not county, not state, not federal. So don't go off the deep end and start doing, oh my God, they're trying to kill Trump, blah, 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 blah. This was a snippet from policy, federal policy that was put in place that said, like law enforcement agents who are going into a search warrant, I don't know if this was a no-knock search warrant, police department, and then kick the door in. I don't know. But yeah, if security or Trump's, I don't know what Trump has for security as sans the United States Secret Service, but if by some chance somebody presented a deadly force scenario to the officers who, again, whatever, dude, some of you federal agents who are doing this shit, you're off your rocker as well, too. Executing the search warrant, yeah, you got justification in using deadly force. It's not that insane, and it's not a conspiracy theory. Don't fall into the trap. Just keep your level heads about you. Don't be as bad as the liberal left insane people that are out there. Just don't.
All right. So normally I would agree with Dom on most of this, and I do believe that there is a very there's two levels of Trump derangement syndrome. There's ones that think that he can do no right, and there's ones who think he can do no wrong, and the rest, 93% of us, are all grounded and understand that there's good and bad with everybody. See, I'm not worried about exactly for the reason why he said about the use of deadly force. It is a clause, and it is a referendum that is attached to every single warrant that is going to be served with people who are armed. It just is. And there's a list of rules and regulations, and usually it's one page, and it says you may not shoot at a fleeing suspect unless they are firing at you. You may not chase someone down and fire at their tires without permission. You may not do this. You may not do this. You may do this, 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 and this. And it's just a very clear and concise ROE, which is also known as rules of engagement. Should they have included that to the president for a doc serve? Probably not. But it did happen. What I have a problem with is that the specific line of deadly force is authorized. That's where I have a problem with. The language should have been, under no exception is deadly force authorized unless. Very, very big difference. So to have that, and you got to look at hard chargers, alpha males, guys who are going in and they're going to do a task and get fully rigged up. You want to make it perfectly clear what the rules of engagement are. And if you don't, and just for instance, an elite military unit is going to understand the rules of engagement. If not, they're going to end up in Leavenworth for the rest of their life. I mean, there were times when Chris Kyle and Luttrell and these guys, whenever they would go over and do their things, or Delta, if they broke the rules of engagement, the media would find out and they would crucify them. So you got to know the ROE. The problem I have is that this shows that Biden knew about it. And I guarantee you knew about it. If you think the Attorney General of the United States just authorized deadly force on a warrant and didn't tell the President of the United States that a former president could possibly be shot today, killed in a warrant serve, then why would you bring the ambulances? Why would you try to make it as discreet as possible? Why did you ensure that he was in New York when you served it? Well, now we know. So this whole thing is complete bullshit. And it just lends to the credence that this was all a political hit. This was all based upon your opponent. And if you go watch the show and read the article, you'll hear what I talk about. Liv, any thoughts in this last 30 seconds? Spreely TV people, we're going to lose you. We love you. We appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Liv, go ahead.
No, I mean, I don't believe that it was a hit job. I mean, oh my gosh, cat. Holy cow. Get down.
I don't know why you allow her up.
Kitty cat. Normally she's cool.
No, she's not. You throw her down every single night.
She's being pushy.
No, she's always pushy, and you always throw her down every single night, and then she ruins something on the set. But let's pretend that doesn't happen. Go ahead.
I don't think somebody was out to kill Donald Trump that day. I mean,
I don't either.
I just think it's people overreacting, and the Trump can do no wrong syndrome. I think that any chance they can to say oh, the left is evil because you don't like Donald Trump or anything negative against him, they're going to react on. Just like the left is anything good about Donald Trump.
But you got to notify the Secret Service, which they didn't do. You got to notify his security team, which they did not do. But they notified CNN. And how discreet are you going to be when you have shining lights and flashing lights and vehicles and you're bringing in freaking, FBI quick ready forces and reaction teams? It's bullshit. This whole thing, it may be standard, but this is a president of the United States who was holding documents. Here's the question. Then why didn't you do the same thing to Joe Biden in Delaware?
Exactly.
Why did you give him a warning? Well, because he was nicer about it. Well, he gave us all the documents. No, he didn't. You had to fucking go back to his properties 6 times. 6. So to say that it's not, no, Thomas, I don't watch Benny. I don't watch Benny. If I want to watch Benny, all I got to do is watch Fox News. Because that's all he does is he steals Fox News' shit. I'm done with Benny. Benny needs to come on my show because I have some questions. I want to know why he steals people's content constantly. I'm done with that fucking guy. He was a plagiarist when he worked for the Vice or wherever else he was with. He's a plagiarist now. He steals other people's content, and people love him. I don't understand why, but I don't care. It's not jealousy. I think he's a twerp. That's it. I just think he's a twerp, and I can't stand twerps. You should give credit when you use other people's content. That's it. Or do the work and rewrite it yourself. Like every day I put up an article. Go compare it to other articles. Do a search. Search my shit versus somebody else and see who I plagiarized. You have to take the time to invest and write. Do my shows. There's times where I've definitely read off articles, but I'm doing that. Where I will sit here and do a live show and I'll read off the article. Of course, I'll show you something that Dom Izzo does, but I give him credit. He takes credit. He takes people's content. He removes their watermark and he gives them no credit whatsoever. And he could change people's lives, but Benny doesn't want the competition. Benny is so afraid of helping other people out when it comes to competition that he alienates himself. And it's just sad. But it is what it is. But I know I don't watch him. There's nothing I don't find value in him at all. I love what he did for Christmas, giving back to kids. I think that's awesome. I love that stuff. I think that's a great thing. His philanthropic work should continue. And it's not that I dislike him. I just think that he steals content. And that's why he got
sets.
And my set. I don't like that either. That's it. But you know what? Betty and I have our thing. Maybe we'll meet one day. And I cite my sources. Right, exactly. I give credit where credit's due. If I have someone I really like, I throw them out there. If I have a product I really like, I throw it out there. I have no problem helping other people be successful. But Benny Johnson is not somebody who I like. That's all. Anyway, folks, thanks for all your help tonight. It's been a great night. Olivia and I are going to go play some Diablo and that's what we're going to do. Thanks for donating, folks. linktapgo.com/The Dumb Show. You can donate to PayPal or you can tip the show if you want to. You can also go to thedumbshow.com. Folks, we have something going on Saturday. Liv, what's going on?
It is the Dumb Club, a monthly Zoom meeting.
What does that mean?
It is anyone who is part of the Dumb Club. Once a month, we hold an hour-long Zoom call, video call, where you guys can come and ask questions, get to know us on a more personal level, and pretty much just hang out.
When is that happening, Liv?
It is Saturday at 12 o'clock Eastern, which would be 9 a.m. Pacific.
And how do they get their invite, Liv?
They have to join the Dumb Club. So go to, is it thedumbclub.com?
Thedumbclub.com. And when you do, you can click on events. And then you are going to go look at the calendar and you're going to go down to the 25th and you will see your invite there. And with that invite, you will also have the Skype information on where the call is taking place and what the call you have to do to get it. Pretty simple. Stop by thedumbclub.com. We have quarterly gift boxes there where you guys are going to be receiving cool stuff. From jerky, from shirts, and all sorts of other stuff. You get a membership to the Cost Club, which is an Amazon made in the USA. You guys have the Spreely Social Network. You have exclusive content from us, ad-free on all the news. You can get a birthday video from Olivia and I. We also do autographs on photographs. You guys want to do that? There's a whole litany of crap. at the DUM Club. So Saturday, May 25th at noon. We even have a $10 option where if you just want to make one of those calls, it's $10. It's not that big of a deal. If you can't afford that, we understand. Let us know. If you really want to be a part of the call and you're like, I got to be a part of it, and you can't afford it, we understand that. Please let us know, and we will do what we can to work with you. Email matt@thedumshow.com, and I will make sure I take care of you.
Jody, no, you do not need to have a computer. Just like you can have a phone, smartphone.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty
Also, everyone, I sent a message to all the mods and stuff, but anyone who has purchased a Documents of Freedom, I have got an idea for a commercial, but I need everyone to take a picture of you holding your documents in fun places, whatever.
Whoa,
but
hey,
like
easy.
In the mountains, by the ocean.
It will only
kitchen,
fit Lee, I'm thinking, and that's about.
Not a video, not a commercial you did yourself, just a single picture of you holding your Documents Freedom, whether it be the
just
box,
a photo.
One book, all 3 books, just a photo. And if you could send it to me via Messenger from Facebook.
Or matt@thedumshow.com by email.
Or Matt@the Dumb Show. Yep. That would be fantastic.
All right, folks, we'll see you tomorrow. We had a lot of people on tonight. It was great. We had 146 topped out on Facebook and Twitter, and we had a bunch on Rumble. So we had a couple hundred people on tonight. It's good to see. Please do us a favor. Send us that pic if you guys haven't had a chance. Documents of Freedom are shipping out in June. It's the last day. Like, today's it. So if you have not had a chance to go over to the DUM Show and buy the Documents of Freedom box set, where Jason's starting to cut those this weekend. So you got to do it now, maybe by tomorrow at the latest. But if you're interested in getting the Documents of Freedom, you got to do it. And then it will be available for another month. Thanks for watching the Don't Unfriend Me Show. Shipments will go out. I had some people who just got the books. I'm shipping those out tomorrow. The Documents of Freedom will ship out on June 1st.
Thanks,
for the rest.
Still Point's in the house tonight.
Love you, Still Point. You guys are awesome.
Please go to linktapgo.com/thedumshow. Please support the show and donate what you can, if you can. Please.
And also go to Still Point and listen to their music. STIILPOINT. Rockin' the free world, folks, is Still Point. They make all the tunes for the show. You're about to hear their tunes right here as we exit. We always start every show with Still Point. And we always end every show with Still Point, and we are going to keep it that way. Keep rocking the free world.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, Olivia, and Mike. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on the Spreely.tv network and all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.